Okay, dear students, now we are going to discuss about our next experiment is PAM, PPM, PWM modulation and demodulation. This is the trainer kit. Okay, now we are going to do the first experiment is pulse amplitude modulator. Okay, so the pulse modulation amplitude modulation. In before that we are going to set up some previous connections. Okay, now we are going to give a input of that modulating signal, then input of that carrier signal. Okay, now I am going to take it as a 2 probe, so patch cards. So now the modulating signal input is we are going to give it as a the pulse amplitude modulation input. Okay, then after that then we are going to give it as a carrier signal to the pulse input. Then finally after that we are going to take it as a output of that pulse amplitude modulator. Okay, now we are going to see that CRO. Yeah, this is the exact output of the pulse amplitude modulator. Okay, then next we are going to do it doing that demodulation of that PAM signal. Now next the demodulation process. The demodulation process means the PAM output is we are going to take it as, so the PAM output to that low pass filter input. Okay, then the low pass filter output is connected to the amplifier input. Okay. Why? Because we are going to remove that noise, that means remove that carrier signal. Okay, so that's why. Then now we are going to take it as a output. Okay, of demodulation. Next, now we are going to discuss doing that experiment of the PPM. Okay, pulse position modulator. The pulse position modulator, there is no need of the input of the carrier signal. Okay, only the modulating signal is the input of that pulse position modulator. Then after that we are going to take it as output. So now insert the PPM output. Okay, then run button we are going to give. Then you know very well about. So this is the perfect output of that pulse position modulator. Okay, now after that we are going to do the PWM experiment. Okay, remove that output. The PWM means that modulating signal we are going to give it as an input of that pulse width modulator input. Okay, then now we are going to give it as a carrier signal. Okay, the carrier signal is we are going to give it as the pulse in. Now we are going to take it as usual way the output. So then after that we are going to give it as a stop button. So you know very well about this is the pulse width modulation. Okay, so this is the width modulation. Okay, so the small size of that signal is called as the positive. The width is large, so that is cycle is a negative cycle. So that this is the output of PWM, pulse width modulation output. So this pulse width modulation output is also having the same method of the demodulation method. So this is the exact output of PWM modulation. Thank you.